Hi guys, welcome to Tobysblogs. Today I'm going to be reviewing a film. This is a film or a TV series, one of the two. But still, I'm going to be reviewing a few Arthurian legend films. I can do loads if you want to. I've watched loads, and so yeah, and I've still got more to watch. So here is my review of The Mists of Avalon. Okay, The Mists of Avalon. Okay, I was on this movie site thing, and I was searching for I went on Wikipedia and looked for Arthurian legend films. I came up with, I looked down the recent ones, because they're probably the most better ones, with better quality and better effects. And I saw The Mists of Avalon, I thought, have a look at that. Looked really good. Immediately I saw the woman who's the place Lady of the Lake, who was one of the head witches in the film The Witches, so I thought, that's good. She's the poor woman who drew me to this film. And so I downloaded the film from Stage View. Absolutely awesome site. Stage View is absolutely fantastic, but you can only download it properly, like onto your computer, if you're using Firefox. Anyway, back to the review. And I enjoyed this a lot. There's a lot of moments where I was sitting there, I was watching, going, I like this. I'm loving this. This is brilliant. I'm really enjoying this. The beginning was really good. Lady of the Lake, Vivian, was played by a fantastic woman. She was kind of evil. This film's it's based on a story, a novel, by some person, looking at more the women's side of the Arthurian story, and that the things you've heard about such and such, like Morgan Le Fay, is wrong, and it's kind of a different twist on the Arthurian legend, and it's quite a good story. I'm liking the side of the women kind of way, and you've got Christianity versus the goddess of Avalon. The goddess is called Avalon, and there's a secret land called Avalon. Oh, I would so love to go to Avalon. Geek here, geek, but I would so love to go to Avalon. Yes. Yeah, but still, yeah, I would love to go to Avalon. Oh my god, awesome. And you kind of like Avalon's like this secret world in the middle of a lake. And it's absolutely awesome. Like the concept of it's like a hidden world that's shrouded round the whole thing by a great mist that can only be parted by magic. It's awesome. Love it. But yeah, and you have Arthur, once again brought around by the Merlin's magic. But in this one, Igraine kind of fell in love with Uther anyway. And in this one, Igraine has two sisters, one being Vivian, who's the Lady of the Lake and High Priestess of Avalon, and the other one is Morgause, who turns out to be one crazy bitch. So in the beginning we start off with the little girl Morgana and the three sisters who are kind of interlinked around each other. Vivian's very close with Merlin, and Morgause is very protective and kind of being like the auntie around Morgana. So everything's very nice. But then Vivian kind of becomes the evil sister and kind of comes in saying, you're going to fall in love with someone with this sign. It's the sign of the Pendragon. And then Uther becomes king. She falls in love with... No, she's already married, but then she falls in love with someone else, and then she falls in love with Uther, and then she warns Uther her husband gets killed. Blah, 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 blah. We've got to hurry up with this. Okay, and then we kind of move on. Then Arthur gets taken away with Merlin, and Morgana gets taken away to Avalon to become one of the what they're called, novices of the sisterhood. So she gets trained in the arts of magic and that kind of thing. And then several years later, where Morgana and the Vivian is twisting things, because most of these Merlin films, if they're to do with magic and do with the witches and the warlocks, normally to do with the fading of magic from the kingdom. And this is what they are. It's the fight between keeping the old pagan ways and the Christianity coming in. And we're fighting to keep the old pagan ways. And so by doing that, something horrible happens, is they manipulate an event where Morgana's going through a pagan marriage, sexual fertility, something ritual. And then a masked figure comes in. Unknown to them, the masked figure man coming in is Arthur, and the woman masked figure is Morgana. Brother and sister having sex. Well, they're half-brother. Yeah, they're half-brother, half-sister, but still, they have sex together. And then Morgana bores the horrible Mordred, who then gets brought up by Morgause, who then turns him kind of evil. And then Morgana kind of goes off elsewhere, and she does loads of different things. Goes back to Avalon, then falls out with Vivian, gets locked out of Avalon, and then she kind of accidentally gets married to this old geezer, where she lives with him, and then she tries to get back into Avalon, and she can't. And in the meantime, Mordred comes along, he takes over Camelot, probably imprisons Arthur, tries to do everything in the pagan ways. Everyone gets their heads cut off and things. And then this awesome ending scene, like all these characters come to a massive dramatic end, where they're like the sisters, the battle of the sisters, where Vivian's like, Morgause, this is not the way of the sisterhood, this is not the way of Avalon. This woman is manipulating everything. Everything that you're doing is not for Avalon. It is what she wants, and what she wants only. And then Morgause kind of goes like, and kind of comes at her a dagger, and Vivian kind of flips her around, and Morgause actually stabs herself accidentally with help from Vivian. And then she dies, and then Mordred, seeing Morgause is kind of a mother figure, kind of has a go and swipes his sword against Vivian's breasts. I would have thought he chopped one of them off, but that killed her for some reason, chopping off her breast. And then she dies. Very, very sad that Vivian's died. Morgana is very kind of upset. It's complicated, isn't it? Because they've got similar names, but still, very sad. They get buried, and there's a big battle of the Saxons. Battle of Camlan. Mordred stabs Arthur. Arthur stabs Mordred. Both die, but Arthur gets carried off to Avalon before it collapses and goes. And end of Avalon, end of Camelot. The Christianity has arrived. Yes, that's kind of the plot summary of it. It was an awesome film. I loved it. The characters were just awesome. For me, a film or a program with good characters is always really good. Morgause is absolutely fantastic. I loved her character all the way through. From the beginning to the end, I loved her character. Vivian, I loved her character too. Morgan Le Fay, good character too. Lancelot was also good. We haven't really mentioned Lancelot and Guinevere, but there's a relationship between those two, and it's a really good film. I advise you go out and buy it, or you can watch it on Stage View. It's awesome. And, and the ending was like, wow. I was like, yeah, like, the whole thing was like, there are two gods, okay? There's a god and a goddess. Like, the god is our God, like Jesus and that kind of thing. And the goddess is, like, with God. But the goddess helps people on Earth by helping them, by giving them magic and being like Mother Earth, really. Being one with nature, using the elements, seeing things, being a seer. And yeah. And then the ending was like, oh my god. And it was like, whoa. I'll tell you the ending, right? If you don't want to listen to the ending, do not watch this. Just skip about a minute or so, and then continue watching. I was like, wow. It was like, yes, the goddess in Avalon has gone and collapsed. And I thought the goddess had gone and disappeared through time. But I was shocked one day when I was walking in the monastery, when I saw her again, and realised that that Avalon had not disappeared, and the goddess was still around. And there's an image of people worshipping a statue of a woman, and that statue is Mary. And it says, yes, the goddess is still around, but she's taken on a different form. And I thought, wow, wow. And it kind of made sense. But is Mary a god? Not really. But, you know, the Bible says only one God. But, you know, God, not goddess. But are they the same thing? I don't know. But, yeah, it was awesome. Loved it. That was one of my... That was a good film. I was thinking, wow, that is awesome. Love it. Awesome. And, yeah, that was really good. Loved The Mists of Avalon. I would advise you go and watch it because it is awesome. Love it. Good Arthurian film there. Okay, from Tobysblogs. Goodbye. More film reviews coming up.
It is a story you know. The legend of Camelot will live again. Academy Award winner Angelica Houston, Emmy Award winner Juliana Martin.